Alright, today we got another battle report for you. It's going to be Cities of Sigmar versus the new Seraphon. We've got an old school Greywater Fastness army. Grand strategies, the day is ours. Our heroes are the Cogsmith over here. He's going to have the aspect Tunnel Master. Have a couple options there. We'll have a Rune Lord here, our first one with the green cape. We'll have the Curse Prayer, the Celestial Hurricanum with a Battle Mage. We'll have Descending Ash Cloud for a -1 to hit spell with a target within 18 inches. Our Rune Lord General here with the Flaming Tongs is going to have Drill Master, which will give a wholly within 12-inch +1 to hit aura for Greywater Fastness. And he'll have the Grithfeather Charm for a 5-up ward to help keep him alive, hopefully, and the Prayer for Heal. Accompanying him will be a Warden King with the Tusk Helm artifact. We have a Warlord giving it, 2 Warlords giving us those extra 2 artifacts, and the second of which is on the Steam Tank Commander, which is the Steam Piston Plate Mail for a +1 to save. And it says, in addition, if the bearer is not riding a mount, he can get +1 to his movement as well. We're not sure, question for the audience, if anybody's run into this before, whether or not the steam tank actually counts as a mount for the commander. It does not state it or call it as a mount in the War Scroll like it would on other ones. Is this a case of the book just being old? Not sure. We ran it with no extra movement just in case. Over here we're going to have a unit of 20 Iron Breakers with the Cinder Blast Grenade. A unit of 10 Longbeards with the Ancestral Weapons and the Shields for +1 to save, so a 3-up save there. And a unit of 20 Hammerers. So they can pack a pretty good punch there. And that'll round us out as at 2,000 points, and the 2 Hellblaster volley cannons there. Bring back those guys to get some shooting in, +3 inches to range from Greywater Fastness, so their range will be 27 inches and then another 3 inches for movement. And our final range threat, 20 Iron Drakes, ready to bring the hurt.
Today I have Seraphon, Subfaction Starborne, Dracothian's Tail, I have Lord Kroak, I have Slann Starmaster, Skink Oracle on Troglodon, and the Astrolith Bear as my heroes. My battle line are the 3 units of 10 warriors, and then I have a unit of 5 Raptadon Hunters and a unit of 5 Raptadon Chargers. The Slann Starmaster is my general, and he knows the spell Comet's Call. He has the Lord of Celestial Resonance, and his artifact is the Spacefolder Stave. He also has Fueled by Ghurish Rage for the 3-up combat. The Troglodon has Cosmic Crush as his spell, and the Sacred Stegadon Helm as his artifact because it took a Warlord. And a Battle Regiment, which has 2 units of my warriors. Actually, yeah, 2 units of warriors and both of my Raptadon units and the Troglodon. And my list is 1980 points, and that's it.
Alright, first time with the new book. Playing the Nidus Path today. We've got our deployment and a wonderful board that we set up with some different terrain. We've got a large centerpiece castle structure going on here. Got the dwarves all lined up. Hammerers supported. Iron Drakes in the middle area. Our artillery battery over here on the left flank. General's hiding out. Got his retinue and his adjunct. Seraphon's over here stacked up. Taking advantage of all the line of sight blocking we've got today. some fast movers around the side thinking about this objective. And let's go ahead and you finished deploying first. What would you like to do?
I'm going to give you turn 1.
I'm going to give me turn 1. So we'll go into Greywater Fastness, Cities of Sigmar, turn 1. Alright, end of Cities of Sigmar, turn 1. We moved up our battle wagon here along with our Rune Lord and our Hammers towed in on this objective. Storm of Shemtek did 6 mortal wounds over there to that warrior unit. Moved up our Iron Drakes and took the center, hiding behind our Iron Breakers. Little hero contingent here. Stayed within 3 of the objectives so he couldn't teleport onto it. Move the Longbeards around to give the aura a little bit more. The only battle tactic that was available to us was desecrate their lands on this terrain feature, of which he was just outside of 3 of. So we had to burn our Tunnel Master on our Cogsmith, and as a result we were unable to re-roll any of the decks for our shots, and we ended up rolling doubles on both of these artillery pieces, taking 1 mortal wound each. So they didn't get to shoot. The steam tank got a couple hits through on his long range gun, did 3 wounds. And that's the turn. We're going to score 1 for 1, 1 for 2, 1 for more in the battle tactic, putting us to 5. Going into Seraphon, turn 1.
Hero phase for Seraphon. Did a lot of casting. Wiped out the unit of Iron Breakers. Did some damage to the steam tank and the Iron Drakes. And a little bit at the Longbeards right here. I made the Iron Drakes Ren. I took away the Ren until my next hero phase with Mystical and Fortune. And I got 14 Cosmic Power Points, so maybe summoning something next turn or doing a little thing this turn, I'm not sure yet. End of the Seraphon turn, I made all the charges I wanted to make, didn't end up doing anything over there. I'm just gonna wait till next turn maybe. I summoned or teleported in a unit of warriors over here to take the objective and desecrate their lands. Did not kill the heroes here, but almost wiped out the Iron Drakes by charging in a unit of warriors there. And charged the Troglodon. Didn't do anything, but it's fine. End of the turn.
Yep, so that's got my general on his last wound there, and the Warden King right next to him. Iron Drake suffered a large amount of wounds, and we'll go into our roll-off for turn 2. I got a 3 and you got a 5.
I'm gonna take it.
Gonna take the double turn. Going into Seraphon, turn 2.
End of the hero phase for Seraphon. My battle tactic is, what's it called? Cold-blooded resilience. So I have to keep these Saurus Warriors here, just not retreat and teleport them away or have them die or anything like that. I used some spells. He cast Mystic Shield on himself. Lord Kroak did Celestial Deliverance 3 times, failed his last cast, but cast Celestial Deliverance out of the Troglodon and killed the steam tank, the Iron Drakes, and one of the volley cannons, and the Rune Lord.
And you picked up the Longbeards as well there.
Longbeards, yes. And then the last Slann failed one of his casts, cast Comet's Call, and made Lord Kroak +1 to cast with his other spell. And then I used my 24 summoning points to summon up a Stegadon with Solar Engine. That's the end of the hero phase.
Yep, put Finest Tower on my general, just hoping against hope, and that didn't turn out at all. So we all we have left is our Cogsmith hiding over there, 1 volley cannon heavily wounded. The Warden King standing fast, going into the shooting and combat phase. And this contingent with the Rune Lord, battle wagon there, and the Hammers are still hanging out over here. So going into the shooting phase.
end of the turn, I finished off the hero over here, and the Troglodon charged in, killed the volley cannon, last one. Stegadon shot over here into him, and the Raptadon Hunters shot into the hammerers. Then in the charge phase, everything charged into there that I could make. Killed most of the hammerers. I think it was 11, 14?
Yeah, 11 of them didn't make it to the combat phase.
I don't think I put any damage on the hero, but everything else did quite a bit of damage. And then my warriors took, I think 3 died over here and 2 over here. And these guys, Unleash Hell, killed 2 of them. But they're next to an objective, so they had twice as much damage. So still a lot.
Yep. And there was an interesting interaction you had going on here. Would you like to go over that a little bit between the two?
Yes, the hunters, when a unit of chargers, these guys, when they charge in the charge phase, they can shoot at the unit they charged, in addition to shooting in the shooting phase. So they get to double shoot, and then the chargers get +1 to hit if they're attacking a unit that the hunters have shot. So that they just help each other. That way.
Yeah, and that extra +1 to save for the warriors while they were contesting objective came in pretty good, because the hammers were still benefiting from +1 to rend, so they were on -2 to rend, but that counteracted that significantly, and I think I only got about 4 damage through.
They rolled very, very well, so it should have been worth that.
Yep.
At least they're probably almost dead because of battle shock too. They almost ran away.
So that scores you another 5 points, bringing the Seraphon to 10, to the cities 5. We'll see if we can, it's obviously pretty much over here. We'll see if we can scrape a couple more points out. See if we can, what we can get on bottom of turn 2 for the cities. Okay, bottom of turn 2 for Cities of Sigmar. We took Eye for an Eye in hopes that we'd be able to take out one of the warrior units, and just barely did. The hammerers fell in the counterattack. Some wounds were done to the Celestial Hurricanum and to our Rune Lord over here. That was it. There wasn't much to it. Failed a spell, did some mortal wounds to ourselves. Did get a curse off, so we were hitting and wounding on the hammerers. Our 6s to hit and wound. We're doing mortals in addition. But we're going to close out the game there. We rolled off for turn 3, and the Seraphon won that turn roll off, and we could talk it out from there. And he would have taken...
Gaining momentum next turn, I'd just kill one of those and I'd hold more. The turn after that, I would do Celestial Obliteration. I just have to kill the Rune Lord hiding back here with spells. I can do that pretty easily from him.
Yep, little guy's still hanging out back there.
And for the last turn, I do Cunning Maneuver and just teleport this GC onto that objective.
Yep, onto the home objective there.
And I get my grand strategy because no one's in my deployment for 28 points, we said?
Yep, final score would be 28-7. First game with the Seraphon there. New book, what you thinking so far?
I like the book so far. This time I tried to do just a full casting, summoning, and it seems to work. I like the Troglodon. I can just cast all my spells out of him without having to get my Slanns into combat or anything like that. Very impressed with the Warriors. I think they're great, and just units of them all the time are great. I want some Kroak later, but so far I'm happy with the list. And I like the new book a lot. There's a lot of things I should try out.
All right, and that's all we got for y'all today.